On Monday night, on ST Barve Marg near Anjumani Islam School in Kurla West at around 9:30 p.m., a BST bus rammed into multiple vehicles, killing at least 7 and injuring over 40 people. Now, according to initial police reports, the bus collided with 22 vehicles, including a police van. The driver was arrested on Monday itself, and the investigation of Mumbai police is on. The accident is one of the worst accidents in the BST's 98-year-old history. It puts the spotlight on the poor management of BST buses in Mumbai, and in this episode of Mumbai Matters, we will explore the condition of Mumbai's BST buses. Hello and welcome. I am Purva Chitnis, Assistant Editor with ThePrint. Now, before we get into what is actually happening with the BST bus, let's first talk about this accident. Now, this was an electric BST bus plying on route number 332 between Kurla and Andheri station. Sanjay More, the driver that has been identified, left Kurla bus depot on Monday night. On ST Barve Marg, he lost control after the bus had covered nearly 300 meters. He then rammed into vehicles and pedestrians. Now, during questioning, the driver has reportedly told the police that he previously drove a minibus with manual controls and he took this BST job on December 1st. However, the police is now also investigating whether there was any technical fault in the bus or it was just the driver's fault, and the BST has also formed a committee to ascertain this. But this accident highlights a troubling pattern of buses with wet lease contractor getting involved in accidents. Now, what is this wet lease model? It is essentially outsourcing the operation of buses to private operators while retaining the ownership of the buses. Now, these operators are responsible for driving, maintaining, and covering operation costs while the BST continues to oversee route management and scheduling. While this model was introduced to address BST's financial struggles, it has now raised serious concerns about the safety, especially all the recent accidents have involved buses operated under the wet lease system. Now, this is the fourth major incident involving a wet lease contractor in the past 1 year. Let's look at these past accidents. In June this year, a man sleeping on a footpath near the Mahim bus depot was run over and killed by a BST bus in the dark. The driver claimed the victim was not visible. Then, in September this year, in Kala Chowki, a 40-year-old passenger allegedly under the influence of alcohol caused a BST bus to veer off course. The bus rammed into two cars, a motorcycle, and knocked down two passengers, one of whom a 27-year-old who later succumbed to her injuries. Then, in October this year in Prabhadevi, the BST bus collided with a parked car, which then struck a 45-year-old businessman, thus killing him. Also, in 2023, two separate accidents involving BST buses claimed the lives of 4. Now, BST is a part of Mumbai's history. Its original parent is the Bombay Tramway Limited, which was formed as a private entity in 1873. After the Mumbai Suburban Rail Network, BST is the second choice of citizens in their travels across the city. BST buses operate on nearly 400 routes and currently have a daily ridership of 28 lakh passengers. However, BST buses, after the 1990s, there has been a decline in its ridership. Over the decades, the BST started losing ridership and started making losses. Since 2015, the BMC has been financially helping the BST. BST does not currently have any committee since 2022 when the BMC, under whose authority the BST is managed, the BMC's term ended and now it is managed by the BMC administrator and the BST general manager. And because of this mismanagement issues, the BST bus is currently undergoing a crisis. One of the issues is also the lesser number of BST buses. Instead of increasing the number of buses as promised during the MVA government, the number of buses on the streets has now gone down drastically. It is now forcing citizens to endure overcrowded buses, long waiting times, and a decline in the overall quality of service. Let's understand how there has been a sharp decline in the BST fleet. Now, according to an RTI filed by an activist, BST scrapped 2,160 buses over last 5 years. BST acquired only 37 new buses in the last 5 years. The RTI also reveals that only 1,061 BST-owned buses are operational as of August 2024, whereas the number of leased buses are at 2,126. This situation is alarming given Mumbai's growing population, and with disputes over leased buses, the crisis has further worsened. Now, while the government has announced compensation of 5 lakh to the kin of those who died in this accident, the treatment of those who are injured will be taken care of by the BST and the BMC. But as the number of accidents continues to rise, questions have been raised on the effectiveness of this wet lease model and the failure of BST administration. That's all we have for you in this episode of Mumbai Matters. For more such episodes, do tune in.